Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Rockwood number 330. This is a satin stainless steel latch protector is what it is. This is a piece of I'm really not sure how they manufacture this. I'm thinking there's a press brake involved somewhere. But this is a piece of stainless steel that is intended to give you a nice way to really help prevent loiding is the term. L-O-I-D-I-N-G, loiding. That's the original term of someone trying to jimmy your latch bolt. And that's what that area right in there does. Your lip of your strike plate is going to come right inside of there. So this is obviously this is a latch protector. This is obviously for lever locks. How do we know that? Well, you have all of these holes here. If I covered up these two little holes, sometimes that's called a turtle prep. You use your imagination, you can kind of see why they would call it a turtle prep. But the bottom line is, when I cover up those holes, you're going to be able to install your Schlags, your Sargents, your Yales, your Corbin Russwin grade 1, grade 2, lever style, through bolt mounted lock sets. These 4 countersunk holes, that's to mount the unit to the face of the door. That's going to, of course, help it from moving, as will the through bolts that you'll put through the door. Obviously, for an out swing door, this is going to be used on a left-hand reverse or a right-hand reverse bevel. This is going to be used on a door that will swing as a left-hand reverse or a door that's going to swing as a right-hand reverse door. Let's take some basic dimensional properties. First, the thickness of the steel. They have this as 90 thousandths. I put my caliper on there. It's spot on at 0.09, so it's exactly 0.09. Now, some other dimensional properties. They've got 5 3/8 by 6. I'm going to say 6 inch. I was off there. 5 3/8 wide. Hopefully 6 inch tall. Yep, that's the money. Now, here's another area that we can use the caliper on. The length of the lip of the strike plate. So obviously this is going to be mounted to the face of the door. The question becomes what is that depth dimension? And we should be able to get fairly accurate with that. And it looks like it's about a half of an inch, about 0.5 inch from the face here down to here. A typical strike plate is going to be about 1 3/8 from the center line of the screws to the edge of the lip. Probably won't project from the face of the frame, really any more than about 3/8. But you've got that dimension now, and you can determine if that's what's going to work for you. Now, let's take a couple of other dimensions. Edge of the door, let's put this right at 2 3/8. Okay? You can see that's really not going to work for a lock that's at 2 3/8 back set. We move that over to 2 3/4. Then we're coming right to the edge of this area here to the center line. So be mindful. It's possible that you could have a 2 3/8 back set grade 1 or grade 2 lever lock. Absolutely possible. This would not be compatible for a 2 3/8 back set, so keep that in mind. I cannot think of a single lever lock that this preparation will not work with. Latch guards are awfully nice because the old saying is they keep honest people honest. It is difficult to loid, to tamper with a latch bolt when it's covered up, when the seam is covered up by a latch guard. I wanted to show you those screws again. They're combination wood and machine screws with that would be an 832 that's there. They're probably stainless steel. Yeah, they're not magnetic. Ever so slightly, because stainless is marginally magnetic when it's been machined. That'll work on a wood or a metal door. You want to drill and tap that into your steel door. If you expect some substantial attempts to break in, you might even, and we can help you with it, get some binding posts or through bolt or sex bolts, or terms that it's all used, I would be able to supply you with through bolts that would be used for a mail slot. You can through bolt mail slots, and I'd be able to help you with through bolts for this. If you wanted to through bolt it through the door, that'd be a separate piece that we'd have to come up with. Rockwood, I don't believe, would have. Rockwood might have through bolts. They might be able to use it for their 580 series surface bolts. That might work for that. We'd have to look and see, but we can certainly supply it. Stainless steel. The extended description down below, it states protects cylindrical locks from forced entry and vandalism. Fast and simple installation, that's for sure. Non-handed and attractive appearance. Fast and simple installation. This is going to add 90 thousandths to your door thickness. Any lever lock is really going to work on to up to an 1 7/8" door for sure. So you'll be in good shape with this. So there's a link below the video as well to the document called Product Brochure, and that will allow you to look at a handful of different latch protectors from Rockwood. I would recommend that you review that. The 320 that's on there is a very common latch protector. The 321 is common. We do sell the 322. I like that because it's nice and petite, elegant. The 321 I see very often as well. Why I would use the 330 over a more traditional 321, 322 could possibly be an application where I may not have the clearance on a 321 or a 322 or the 320 series to run the bolt through the door. As the door closes, those bolts are going to stick off the inside face of the door that might come in contact with my weather stripping, with my stop face. You might have a conflict there of something else. And on top of it, through bolting it through the door, you might have some sort of other hardware conflict that the 330 would solve. I can't think of anything in particular. However, you might just simply want, you might simply not want bolts going through the door. That could be the reason as well. You might just want a clean installation on the inside so that you really wouldn't see anything from the inside, that you had evidence of a latch protector on the exterior side. I suppose it could be aesthetic from the interior portion, but again, you could have a conflict of the bolt head. When the door closes, it's going to hit the face of the stop or interrupt your weather stripping. So that would be an elegant way to surface mount that. Wrenching this off the door, it's really not going to happen. Why you would through bolt this through the door, I don't really see why you would. You'd have to make lots of special preparations for that to be on that way, because you're already literally through bolting it through the door with your lock set. This will become an integrated part of the door, and I really think those 4 screws are just going to get the hardware installed to the face of the door, and then as you bring the lock down onto it, you'll finish off your installation. Finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Rockwood products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the Rockwood part number 330 in a 630 finish, latch guard, or any other Rockwood product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.